Big yawn. Man, that was big. Oh, folks, I'm in a little pain today. Just getting the big chat window open here. Oh. Good morning, folks. So I had an interesting picture sent to me by Gene. A crested wild duck was at the Magoon yesterday, and it doesn't make any sense because I've never heard of a crested wild duck. I'm thinking, and it looked like a little mallard female. Oh, that's why I'm hurting this morning, Thomas. My ankle is just killing me. It hurts to walk around the house. Oh man. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I gotta do something. I don't believe this. Hurt really coming down the stairs. So anyways, tonight, yes, Gene, the crested duck thing. It doesn't make any sense. I've never heard of a crested duck in the wild, especially around these parts. It looks like a female mallard that was that's got a little bit of a nature freakout thing happening on his head. The dog is still upstairs, but I have a bag of duck treats. Still nothing. He's sleeping upstairs. There he is. I can hear the floor creaking. The floor is creaking. Here he comes. He's going across the floor. Oh, he stopped. Stop. I don't think he realizes what I'm doing to him here. I can hear him rustling around upstairs. Okay. He's gone back to sleep. I don't believe this, folks. Treat. Okay, it sounds like he's back on the bed. Treat. Oh, there he is. Oh yeah, here he comes. Ah. Dog. Oh, you. Oh, what a dog. Oh, you. Dougie. Oh, you little rascal. Well, you heard the rustling of the bag, didn't you? But you weren't coming down till you heard the word. Oh, dog, you kill me. What? I know, eh? These are gourmet treats from the UK, Doug. Hey, somebody really loves you. Hey, somebody really does. Okay, yeah, I know. I'm opening it, Doug. Oh, Doug. Oh. Oh, dog. It won't last long. He does these down pretty quick. That's so funny. Oh, what a dog. He was dead to the world when I left him upstairs. But you notice he wouldn't come down until he heard the word treat, eh? He wanted to make sure that the bag sound wasn't something that, he wasn't supposed to have. All right, so tonight, no water for the ducks in the bathtub. The bathtub's going to get drained, and I'm going to cover it so that they cannot go to the bathtub. Because if you noticed last night, I think this morning I looked out and there was like 3 ducks at the water station, and everybody was around the bathtub having a drink. They're doing the bathtub as their water source. Don't forget, get a coffee mug, right? There's a link below that takes you to this store. You can get 50 ducks in a hot tub. And it's not mere vision on 50 ducks. It's actually good. We print correctly. I don't know why this YouTube thing, why it's dragging out. It's been 2 weeks now, and it's still backwards. It drove me nuts, actually, looking at the Magoon stream with the McQueen. Oh. And I saw my yard backwards. That's confusing, I'm telling you. When you're standing there and you're looking at the video and it's backwards. It's like you see your yard reversed. It makes your yard look like you're on somebody else's property. Totally screws you up. The bag eye. The little ducky with the bag eye. Bad eye. Well, yesterday we had a big improvement. Did you not watch the stream there yesterday, Michael? That's the update. It was yesterday morning's duck egg recon stream with the little duck and we've got the crusties and the eyes opening up. And but you missed it. You missed the stream yesterday. That's why you're asking the question today. I thought you were complaining. I don't understand, Vista. Complaining about what? Why so many moderators? Well, why not? Why not have so many moderators? Shama. Does the camera film backwards or only on YouTube? The problem is it's the iPhone, and it's when I have the screen flipped towards me so that I can read the chat and actually keep myself centered in the picture. If I flip the camera around and I can't see the screen, it films perfect. It doesn't do reverse. But if I want to flip it around so that I can see the chat and make sure I'm centered like I am right now in the picture, it's reversed. And this just started 2 weeks ago. And it started on all my Apple stuff. It started on my iPads. It does it on all the iPads. It does it on all the iPhones. It's an Apple glitch with the app. And for some reason, I'm the only person on the internet with this problem because I Googled it and nobody else has this problem. I have no idea why. But it started about 2 weeks ago. Drives me nuts. Worse than it drives you nuts because I see my garage backwards and I feel like I've broken in somewhere. I'm like in some strange universe. Parallel, switched. Oh, there's other channels, Inga, but seems that when I go onto Google and I type in the trends to see why it's reversed, I'm the only person because there's no autocomplete on Google, so nobody else is typing it in. Download the new iOS that just came out. Actually, this morning, Dale, it says that my phone is to be updated today. But I had a choice, either turn the stream on with you right now or update. Do you want me to end the stream and go update and come back? Or we could just... But I updated my iPad yesterday and it still did it. It does, yeah. I did Inga's phone. I updated Inga's phone and it still did it. I did that yesterday too. I don't use phones for normal filming. They're crappy video. It's crap. So I use real cameras for when I do filming, and I don't film anymore because, well, you know what? I just can't. I'm a streamer. I'm a streamer. A streaker. The dog's back. Look at this. You're such a good little puppy, Doug. Oh, yeah, you love these things. Hey, oh, relax, Doug. Holy mackerels, just getting a little bit too wound out there. You bit down a little too much force. I couldn't pull it out. Okay, relax. Calm down. Oh, a little bit of snort. Oh, Doug. He loves these things. I have this hung up here, folks, for a reason. I'm supposed to be filming a video. I have to shoot a video, and I can't get my head around it. I put it up thinking I was going to shoot it right away, and I have to get my head around it. So the things have been in my kitchen for 3 days now, and I said to myself last night, I'm going to shoot it today, this morning, but I'm not in my head's not in it. Plus, I'm in pain, and I got to go cut today with the weed whacker. I'm debating doing painkillers and going out and cut. Nothing like walking on uneven ground with a shout out. Nothing like walking around on uneven ground with a gimp ankle. All started when I did Keith's roof. I'm paying for that. I'm paying for the roof. Since the roof, I've had problems. Actually, since the roof, my whole week has been tender. So it's been tender. A third-party everybody keeps telling me about this third-party camera app that changes the reversing, but the problem is you can't run that other app while you run the YouTube app. It doesn't work that way. I checked into that. Hello, Joshua Knight. You can't. It doesn't work. You can run the app and it will reverse the camera so you can use the camera, but as soon as you run the YouTube app, it shuts the other app down. Facebook has a flipping mechanism for fixing this. Facebook fixes, I found lots of fixes for Facebook problem, none for YouTube. Okay, you're getting 3 this morning because it's a special morning because, well, they're I guess you say KCUD. There's special Kaduk, right? Cut. Are you done? Oh, look at this. Right? These are little packs too. The person who bought these, folks, spent a lot of money, okay? Because I saw these on the UK site, and they were like, I forget how many pounds they were. They were a lot of money for the little 5-packs. Because the first one we got was what was it? A good pack. What do they call those? Economy pack, value pack. Doug, okay, Doug. Okay, Doug. Okay. Oh, you're such a little sweetie, aren't you? Oh, Doug, you're getting crazy here. Hey, oh, my little dog. Oh, my little dog, slobber all over me. Okay, that's it. That's all Doug gets for this morning. 3 of these. We got to save them because you know what? These are premium items. They came from the UK. Doug, he's special. Oh man, he's a lucky dog in a lot of ways, folks. He's living life large. I wish my life was as good as his. Yeah, man. Total no worries, none. You get to run free. Just do what you want. Treats sent to you from all around the world that don't make you like fat, like chocolate. I plant my garden. Well, I'm putting the fence up this week, is what we're going to be doing. So, he's back. He thinks one more. Come on, one more. You can do one more. No, 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 oh. No, he's gone. He knows. That's it. That's it, Doug? We're done? We're done. I'm not giving you any more. We gotta put him on the rations here. They're threes. Usually he only gets two, but he got three this morning because we have like bags of them now. Well, not really lots of bags because they're little bags, but they're a premium item. I wish the person who sent them would surface so we could thank them. I really would. I wish that would happen. Because no names. But then again, we wouldn't know if it was really the person because they could be taking credit. Which, by the way, Chris, I don't know if Chris is here watching right now, but Chris, the person who did the donation at M&R Feeds that got undone because of other things, made a donation directly to the GoFundMe to hit our target for this month or last month's feed bill. So Chris wasn't a vegan trolling us, which is a good thing. Oh, Doug. Okay. I drank water too quick. I thought he was going to upchuck his treats here. All right, so Chris was not a vegan troll, which is good. Because now I'm gun shy. I'm not going to lie. After the vegans, he's gone to the living room to lay down. I'm nervous about everything. Oh, I can't believe we keep getting flagged, though. I don't believe it. I know something. I never checked to see if my video about getting flagged got flagged, because that's usually what happens. I'm just going to double check here, folks. I never checked this morning. We're still like I can't believe it said flagging ducks or ducks. No, they didn't flag it, or maybe I didn't monetize it. Hang on here. I don't think I monetized it last night. Did I? Oh yeah, it's still they never flagged the flag video. Well, that's just strange. This flagging thing about how the ducks are not advertiser friendly, I don't get it. How about contacting YouTube team? Do you mean Team YouTube on Twitter? But contacting them about what? About the reverse filming or the flagging? I don't understand. What do you think? What do you think is the best way? The flagging is AdSense. So you'd never be able to get a hold of anybody at Google AdSense. Oh, and the reverse. We'd have to do a Twitter storm. We'd have to do like a Twitter campaign, because I did tweet Team YouTube about it, but they don't reply to us. Single tweets mean nothing. You'd have to send them hundreds of tweets to get them to know about this. And I even sent an email to support. Nobody's replied. It's like they don't care. Well, we know they don't. Patreon. What does Patreon have to do with the reversed? I don't understand. What does Patreon have to do with reversed filming? I don't get it. I should use that instead. You should, the judge? Patreon doesn't have an app for live streaming on an iPhone, though. I don't understand what you're talking about. Alex, you're gonna get banned, Alex. I strongly recommend you stop this. No, there you go. You got timed out. Usually you just get, Vista offed his head. Vista. Inga at least gave him 300 seconds to calm down. Oh. He got warned before? Who warned him? I didn't see the warning. I did not see the warning shot over the bow. No. You'd like my thoughts on the G6+1? Uh, Maybe someone flagged us. Well, YouTube staff don't flag. It's the flaggers that report it to YouTube, and then YouTube just basically crucifies you. You mean a vintage shirt like this one, the classic? I don't have this one available. Juanita? The monetization, actually, I read from somebody that their monetization now is not only 2 years, but some people have been waiting since last November. It's like YouTube doesn't want to make any money. I don't think they do. They don't need to make money. They got Google. Google's floating the whole boat. It's all the CIA anyways. They're just setting everything up so that they can spy on everybody. Even if you got flagged, your content won't be removed. Oh, really, Mr. Shama? So when I got deleted for 22 days this spring, I never really got removed after I got flagged. Shama. Mr. Shura Al Shama. Shura Al Shama, you don't really know what you're talking about, sorry. We have great experience here when it comes to flagging and strikes. We specialize in that with the ducks. No, Vista, you get flagged and then you get striked. That's how it works. They have these little group of people that I like to refer to them as the YouTube Nazis, and they flag stuff, and then it gets escalated up the chain to the review board, and then you get your strikes. That's how it happens. PewDiePie did a video on the YouTube flagging program and the volunteer force of enlisted Nazis that they have for doing this. Long time ago, actually like a year and a half ago, which got him into a lot of trouble with Disney. But it was an awesome video. I loved it. It was when YouTube launched that big volunteer program to kill creators. Because really, they just want ducks on webcams. Or ducks, cats on webcams. Ducks aren't advertiser friendly. So. Maybe if we could get a show with no tariffs. Open borders. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. We had some good news here in Ontario, Canada this past week. The Liberals got voted out. It was a very good week here. A little bit of shock going through the system, but we had a good week. Things changed here in Ontario, Canada this week. Now we'll just see if they changed for the better, or if it's just, the new boss is the same as the old boss. You weren't happy, Stephanie, with this week's outcome? I thought you would be happy. Corrine's happy. I'm happy. You'll survive? Oh no! Were you sad, Stephanie, that the witch lost? I'm waiting for Stephanie's answer. I'm curious here. Stephanie's not answering me very quick. She must be on a touch screen. Not a Liberal supporter. Oh, thank you, Stephanie. I was really worried. I was thinking, my God, I'm going to lose a lot of respect for this woman real quick here. Thank you. You have no idea. I was like, did I just trigger Stephanie? I don't support either party. I think it's a scam. This right, left, red, blue, center, right, it's conservative. It's all a scam because it's just divide and conquer. If they keep us fighting between each other, they can rape us blind. So I'm like, I think we should just abolish them all. It's like, honestly, you know what? Imagine if they ran society with blockchain technology, that every decision was made, and it'd have to be more than 50% because mob rule sucks. You'd have to go it'd have to be like a 66% rule, 66% vote, then they do the decision. So then you'd be on your smartphone, and every decision the government's got to make would go out with blockchain, and everybody would get on their phones and make the decision. And at 66%, just like in a corporation, the decision would be made. Get rid of the politicians. Like, I could live with a 66% deal, But then again, you could end up with communism that way too. That's the problem with democracy. It always leads to communism and socialism, to take everything from somebody else to give it to somebody who has nothing. So unless you're paying into the system, you can't vote on the blockchain. That's it. So if you're on some kind of government handout that you're surviving on taxpayers, or you're a government employee, you can't vote on the blockchain. So it's only the taxpayers that get to vote on the blockchain. Now there's a system that I could agree with. And I could go with the 50% rule on that one too. Taxpayers only, 50% rule, I would go with that. That's a good one. But if you're on the system, as in you're not paying in more than you're taking out, you don't get anything. So, but maybe that'll happen in like some kind of Star Trek future world that we evolve into. Ain't gonna happen in our lifetime. But would it be really cool if they got rid of tariffs? That would be really cool. And subsidies. I hate subsidies, folks. Got a big problem with corporations getting subsidies. Big, big, big problem. Because subsidies to corporations is basically welfare on a massive scale. Massive, massive scale. Bigger than people can even imagine. I always get a kick out of this. How, they always want to pick on the poor and, drug testing. Oh, drug testing, before they get their $636 every 2 weeks, or $636 a month, and they got a drug test. You got to pass drug testing before you get your $600 this month. But yet the politicians are making $180,000 a year and snorting coke in the back room, or they're doing coke right off their desk in their office, making $160,000 a year. And then when they get out, they go in poor and come out millionaires, in coke futures. Anyways, they're the people that should be, you got to get rid of those. Corporate tax breaks when they're making oodles of money. I know. I have no problem with prisoners voting. Why should you lose your rights to vote? I have no problem with prisoners voting. I don't. I have a problem with the politicians. I hope the no tariff thing happens. I really hope that because we up here in Canada, a lot of people don't realize this. I'm going to give you Americans actually I'm going to give everybody here watching in the world a quick lesson here on the tariff situation here in Canada. Good morning, Maggie. I don't know if I'm going to have a good day. I'm hurting with a bad ankle, and I got to go outside and weed whack again. Dairy in Canada, they call it supply management, right? It's a scam. It's like in the chicken industry up here, okay? Anything that's regulated by the government, they call it supply management. And what it is, it's to make sure the market always has a consistent source at an outrageously high price, okay? That's the deal. It's not about the consumer. It's about protecting the corporations so they can always make huge profits at a constant level. It's socialism is what it is. And a bad form. It's socialism crossed with a little bit of communism. It's a bad situation, and we pay the consumer. So, like an example, dairy products. Okay, and Trump's really is right about this, because the reason I know about this is because Robert, our feed supplier, was a dairy farmer. He sold out. He saw this coming, and he sold all his cattle, his quota system. He sold it all, so he's no longer in the dairy industry because he knew this was coming. But we pay the most crazy prices for milk and cheese in this country. It is nuts what we pay. Like absolutely mind-numbing compared to what they pay in the States. Well, like Trump says, this is not a lie. It's 270% tariff bringing milk or dairy products into the country. Well, put it this way, the tariff is so high that there was a couple of years ago, there was a police officer in Southern Ontario that got busted. This is a true story, folks. I'm not going to make this one up. This is a true story about a police officer in Southern Ontario, a cop, okay, that got caught. He had a black market operation going, smuggling cheese into the country, selling them to Canadian pizza parlors. He was making, it was like selling contraband cigarettes. That's how profitable it was. And I ain't lying about this story. You can Google it. The guy was sneaking cheese into the country and selling it to pizza parlors. That's how high the tariffs are coming into this country. It's crazy. It ain't a lie. It's a crazy thing. So, and tariffs are all they are is taxation. You do realize that. Anytime they put a tariff on something, it just means that you and I are going to pay more money for something, and the government gets to keep the money. It's just taxation. That's all it is. Or it's like corporate handouts, where like Toyota made $21 billion worldwide, and Kathleen Wynne gave Toyota 600 million or 300 million grant, free money, because they needed it, because the 21 billion they made wasn't enough money. I'm telling you, folks, we're so screwed. I think the Ducks, we need to become a political party, the Duck Party. We get some votes right now. I think I get 74 votes. I wonder if we could secure a seat, become an official party. We'd have to have a candidate running in every riding, the Duck Party. And this is our flag behind us, the Duck Party. World domination. Exactly, Bella. Contraband mozzarella. Yeah. It'd be hard to get it across the border. They would seize it. Honestly, they would. Did anybody watch the water stream last night to see the freaked out ducks? How they're all over the bathtub? Angelica wants to be called Angela. Okay, I can do that. But it's better if I just call you Camera, because that's your name. I can't remember all the code names. We could put a stripper in Parliament. I bet you that's not the first time that's happened. Doug would be the VP. He would make informed decisions. He would. He would. Doug would be level-headed. As long as he had the treats coming to him, he'd be fine. He could be bought. He would go in a poor dog and come out a treat millionaire, because people would figure it out. Doug treats. Feed the dog treats, you get everything you want. He's got pull with the top guy. Speaking of pull this morning, he pulled the whole bed to himself this morning. I woke up once again on the edge of the bed with no room, and the dog had, I went to bed last night, he was down here sleeping on the floor at the bottom of the stairs. I left him, and I went to bed, and I woke up this morning, and he had 2/3 of the bed. So he's watching the window. behind the backdrop. I gotta shoot this video so I can get this out of my. Oh no, we got a vegan. Someone take care of that, please. The WTF? I just know they're trying to trigger me. I'm gonna take care of that right now. You're gone. Just like that. There was some ducks at the water station, not many Argyle duck. So, man, very slow typing. The small bags are 2 UK pounds. Next bag's big. I help you as Paul when I can. Okay, okay, Martin. I'm having a hard time following that sentence. Are you the one that sent the treats? Bentley was there. I saw Bentley actually walking around this morning. So I actually saw Bentley, but he was on the other side of the water station. He wasn't like going close to it. Tonight though, I'm putting the cover on the bathtub, draining the bathtub so there's no water. So the only water tonight in the pen is going to be at the water station, and they're going to have to run the gauntlet of the Magoon. So they're going to have to. They got no choice. Why, I'm just trying to figure something out here. Hang on here. Thomas, why did you delete the guy asking about a game? I guess it's a game? Or is it? It's some kind of game. Tom, you don't like the game? You deleted the guy for the game comment. I don't understand. Mr. Camera. Angelique, I should say. That's her name. With the game question. Do we look like a bunch of gamers? I just Googled it too, Gene. It's a game. Martin, you are the person that's mailing these things. The Doug treats. And the duck stamps. I got one duck stamp, this one, on my desk. Is this the one you sent me, Martin? Are you the one that sent this? I'm protesting Ligma. What's Ligma? We must be trending somewhere. People are showing up here asking strange questions. Is this the stamp, Martin? It must be yours, because the other stamp I got came from Jennifer. Well, Doug thanks you, Martin. Oh. Okay, why are you people deleting stuff? I don't understand what's going on here, Mr. Moderators. What's Ligma? Why is Ligma bad? I gotta Google this. What's the deal with Ligma? Why did Ligma get banned? Vista? It's the second message. I only see the first one. I see the Ligma thing. I don't see the other one. He cursed. But why? I don't see this. You people see these messages. I'm watching the chat, and I don't see it. I don't understand it. Unless I'm getting something screwed up in the chat this morning. Because I'm just seeing everybody whacking people here, and I don't see what the reason is. I got the live chat open on the phone and on and the screen. I got both open. Oh yeah, there's that top chat thing. Okay. I didn't know that. Thank you for telling me. for some reason, why does it, what's the top chat? So I'm missing stuff. I still don't see it. Anyways, I'm learning something new. I didn't know that. Why was it, but how do they determine what top chat is? Like, I don't, how does that work? How does YouTube decide who's top? Like, is there like a point system you get for to be the top? I don't know. Like, I don't get it. But like, what? I don't who. Like, I'm confused. Obviously, as you can tell here, I'm lost for words. I didn't. How do they decide this? You know, who is top and who is not? Like, do they brand these people as losers and they're like they never get to be in the top chat? I don't get it. Obviously, Tom, the mods know something I don't know. So you're spam if you're not in the top. That's it. So basically, anybody, if I put the top chat on and I don't recognize you, it's because you're spam. Oh. Yeah, I know the bad word filter thing, but I unclick it when I do the streams. I turn that off because I hate that. It's like it takes the fun out of the hammer. Because if YouTube filters the bad words, then we don't get to hammer nobody. You know? And some days I like to see the hammer happen. It makes me feel that I've accomplished something in life, that I'm attracting all these people to get hammered. You know? My mods love me. Is it they're trying to protect me? Trying to shelter me from the evils of the world? Just to keep me in duck bliss? I'm sitting here, folks. You have no idea. Right now, I'm sitting here and with just a throbbing ankle. It's like, man, I so screwed myself yesterday. I don't believe what I did. And someone told me, oh, don't bother cutting down the driveway. It's like, I wish I wouldn't have now. My ankle was sore before, but now it's really sore. It's so sore I got a headache. That's what it feels like. I got like it's a pounding foot / headache. How does your sore ankle give you a headache? How does that work? I'm curious on that. Does anybody have an idea how a sore foot would give you a headache? I'm trying not to take painkillers because I'm not going to lie, folks. I've been going through some stress, as you know. Some of you know the details of the stress because I accidentally deleted that stream of my personal problem, and I've been suffering from some back pain, and a knot in my neck. I've been suffering, put it that way, because of this stress, and I've been doing off camera, I'm not admitting it to you, I've been doing some painkillers to deal with this because I'm uncomfortable and I got things to do. And today I'm trying not to do painkillers. No, I didn't do a painkiller yesterday, and I wish I would have, because after I hurt myself, I was like, oh, I wish I had a painkiller in me, but I can't do painkillers at the end of the day. Oh. There's a pressure point in my ankle that's causing my head to hurt. Totally possible. I just don't believe it. I don't have it wrapped right now. I'm sitting here at the desk. I have my brace, I'm gonna put on here. I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna put the brace on, the boot on again. And I gotta go out. I gotta do some cutting. I don't know how much cutting I'm gonna do. Problem is the ground's really uneven, so it hurts to walk on the uneven ground. So put it on right now. The brace. I'm sitting here. Oh, aspirin. Lots of ideas here. I got some high tech. Actually, you know what? I could take some really high tech anti-inflammatories. No parcels today, Mark. We opened them the other day, Friday. Doug got treats, and we got a Magoon Queen tugboat that's just freaking the ducks out. Oh, I wonder how long that's going to take before they calm down. Oh, I don't believe the level of free. Yesterday, folks, every time I walked by the yard and I would look, and I would see all the ducks stuck to the other side of the pond, and I was like, my God, it's just a little tiny yellow boat sitting on the shore, and all the ducks were on the other side, like 150 feet away. Like, yes, it is rainproof. It does have a rainproof top on it. So, but we got no rain right now. It's sunny, nice weather. Actually, what is the weather situation? Right, I gotta get more coffee. Hang on. Everybody's got something bad for everything here. Bad, bad. Don't do this drug. Don't do that drug. Oh man, this is bad. Limping in the kitchen. Why? It all started with the roof last week. The roof did me in, and then this week doing what I did. Oh, the little Goslings, folks, are at stream number 5. Stream number 5 right now. The Goslings that are less than a week old. Oh, are they ever tiny compared to the other ones? They're here. So if you go to stream number 5, you can leave me right now. It's unimportant. I'm just whining. Maybe the other ones are on stream number 6. But stream number 5 has little Goslings. Okay? Oh. I got my keyboard pushed to the side, Marvin. This way, if I spill it, it's going to be... Oh. Okay, weather-wise. Oh, 21 degrees and sunny, 23 and sunny, 24 and sunny, no rain till Wednesday. Oh. I'm telling you, the Magoon Queen tonight, I wish I would have covered the bathtub up so they would have had to go to the tub. Tonight, though, they will be subjected to it. I will make sure. Like I'm curious. I'm going to just look on the stream right now here. Is there anybody even near? Nope. Unbelievable. They did drink some water though. It is gone down. I don't believe it. I don't believe it, folks. They're absolutely just terrified of the little... I'm going to see it. Can we see that? I'm going on stream 5 right now, folks. I want to take a look. Oh, look at them. They're so cute. You can hear the little chirping sounds. You can hear it. They're talking. There's only 5 of them, though. We lost one. I wonder what happened. I wonder if it was a turtle or did it just die? Could have just died. I'm going to number 6. Nope, number 6, I don't see that. I saw the big one this morning, the bigger ones. Huh. Well, that's pretty cool. Oh, the noises, eh? It's like a real Mother Nature show happening here. Amazing stuff, isn't it? Just amazing. The geese did come over this morning, Virginia? Well, we got tonight I'll do it again. We got to get them used to it. We got to get it so that the yellow Magoon Queen means nothing to them. You know? You love how I interact? Well, Pella, if I didn't, I'd be just sitting here rambling about nothing. This is the thing about live streaming. When you chat, I actually answer you. Well, sometimes. Sometimes people get the answer back they don't want. Yeah, Inga, the 6 older goslings, they're huge, eh? They're almost as big as ducks. I saw them this morning, and it was just they were 5 or 6 of them. They were just a hauling, huge. Oh. Oh, JT, I almost read that before you deleted it. I don't know why you deleted it. Are you afraid you're going to get the hammer this morning? I don't think it's the color. I think it's just a strange shape, you know? I wish, Inga, they were around more often. They're this disappearing on us, the way they're disappearing. And they like 2 days, I didn't see them for 2 days. And then boom, they were here this morning. And they don't stick around for long either. And another thing I don't understand, folks, hello, Ford, I don't understand is the grass. I got like an acre of lawn here, okay? And geese love grass. Like, that's what they like, okay? And they're not eating the grass. They're not grazing. I don't understand it. And Stephanie is right. She's the teacher here, so listen to the teacher. Writing full sentences helps interact with me because I have a hard time with the short, fragmented comments. And Vista just Googled, I can get a headache from a spine misalignment from the limping due to the pain. I'm cured. Thank you, Vista. I'm so refreshed that Stephanie's not a Liberal supporter. I was worried. I thought I triggered her earlier there. I was like, whoa. Isn't that this week, folks? That's why I'm so happy about this week that they got decimated. They're not even officially an official party anymore. They're nothing. It's so sweet. It's like totally destroyed this week. I love it. Nothing better than a party getting decimated. But I'll share something with you. So I've been going on news sites. You know I'm a news junkie. I love news. I crave news. And I went on to all the liberal, well, they're all liberal news sites, but all the Canadian news sites, right? And they all buried the Conservative win this week in Ontario. None of them were open for comments. Every one of the articles were closed for comments. No comments at all. It was like it was just unbelievable. I go to all and I click on politics on the click on the news site, click on politics, and they would have an analysis and no comments allowed, and they would give this. It was just spewing garbage. Right? It was like nothing. Oh, this is nothing. It's just a hiccup in the road. It's like this is a major change, you know. But it just blows me away how if you surf the Canadian news sites, they don't even talk about it. It's like old news. I know, hey, Stephanie, isn't it sweet? It's so sweet. It's like, oh man. I had so many problems with the Liberals. So many problems. They had laws. Folks, I'm gonna just a lot of people are, there's 84 people here. I'm gonna tell you how crazy these Liberals were, okay? Wait till you hear this. The Liberals passed a law that if your child, okay? No, Inga, wait here. Wait till you listen to this, okay? They passed a law, all right, that if you had, let's say you had a 10-year-old child, all right, and the 10-year-old child went to school and decided that it was a little boy, this 10-year-old boy, and he came home and he said, Mom, I I think I'm a girl. Oh, really, son? Yes, I am, and I want a sex change operation. Well, son, I'm sorry, you can't. You're a boy. So the kid goes back to school, tells the parent, tells the teachers, Mrs. ABC, mom and dad won't let me have a sex change operation to be a girl. I'm a girl. I know I'm a girl. I'm a confused 10-year-old boy, but I know I'm a girl. So the teacher calls child services. The government goes to the parent's house, removes the child, and then puts the kid into a sex change operation program at 10 years old. Do you agree with that one, Inga? That's the law they passed. You can't support that. I'm curious though if Inga likes that one. It's true, Connie. They passed the law. Did the government come in? No, Inga, it's not just removing the kids. The government changes their sex on a 10-year-old kid, 12-year-old kid. Like, you're not old enough to vote, but you can decide on what you want to be. And the government supports it. And here's another one. This is even crazier. And this one actually, many years ago at my stepdaughter's place, the kids were bringing home these cartoons, folks. This is like, how old was the kid? 6 or 7 years old, okay, in school, brings home a cartoon, all right? And I'm like, and it's a naked cartoon, folks. A naked cartoon, okay? 7-year-old kid comes home with a naked cartoon from school. And I'm like, I'm looking at it on the table, and I'm like, well, what is this? Oh, this is the sex education for the kids. I'm like, he's 7 years old. They got sex ed. Yep, sex ed, and they got to draw the body parts and the whole bit so the kids are aware. I'm like, 7 years old, and they're giving the kids naked cartoons. Okay? This is the liberals. Naked cartoons. And then, how old was he? 10. 10 years old. Comes home. This is the, it gets worse. Explain to a kid that anal sex is not a bad thing at 10 years old. I'm talking about anal fluids to a 10-year-old in school. Okay? That's what the liberals are doing, or did. So Inga, we might not agree on this right, left, blue, red, conservative, liberal, or whatever. I just don't agree with any of this, any part of the language, this shit these people pull off, okay? And you got to stop the divide and conquer between us. It's us against them. Remember that. It's not, we don't have new bosses. Even like Ford getting in, he's gonna steal. He's gonna enrich himself to a certain degree. Well, just hopefully he does more good than what he steals. You know what I mean? Well, this is why we have a problem with our liberals, Inga. I could tell you things that you would just be absolutely going like, yeah, I can see why you don't like them. Like, well, Stephanie, here's Stephanie. She's a teacher in the province of Ontario. She can concur with me on the craziness of the curriculum that they want the teachers to publish, to promote, to teach the kids. I'm thinking Stephanie's happy that she's a math teacher. But the craziest one is the sex change, that kids could get yanked out of the house and subjected to a sex change operation and taken away from their parents. I got that right. See, Stephanie? I know what I'm talking about. I'm not like just blowing hot air here. And I have a teacher just agreed with me. Think about that, eh? It's like Stephanie's here right now. She's my co-star. But imagine that, Oh, you teach the unruly class. But imagine that. The government taking, so think about this, okay? So let's fast forward 15 years if they don't commit suicide. Because that's another thing. Suicides among sex change operations is through the roof. Because after they get the sex change, they realize, oh, that was a mistake. They don't talk about that statistic. That's actually a really crazy statistic if you look at the amount of suicides on that one. But, so your kid, 10 years old, I identify as a girl, and the government took me out of my parents' house, and then they stuck me in hospitals, and they got, they cut me up and took me apart and made me into the opposite sex. And then 10 years later, I reunite with my parents, and I realized that it was a mistake, that what the government did to me was wrong, But the government now they're out of power, they're gone, the people who made these laws and took me away from my home, and these social workers and all this stuff. Like, who deals with that, And then they sue the government for doing this to them because they were kids, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't know what I was talking about. I was 10 years old. I'm not even old enough to drink, vote, buy cigarettes, nothing. I can't even join the army and kill people. And you're changing my sex. Yes, teenagers smell, Stephanie, because they refuse to wash or brush their teeth. I know it's bad. The hygiene. I was a wash and brushing teeth kind of guy when I was young, every day. I couldn't start my day without a good brushing and a good washing. Well, I hated stinky. At the end of the day, though, I used to stink because, you would sweat. Well, at 10, you're old enough to decide what sex you want to be, and the government should make it possible via tax dollars. And you should be taken away from your parents, Stephanie, you got to think about this. The parents not teaching the kids about washing. So imagine how stinky the parents are. Think about that. If the kids smell this bad, what do the parents smell like? Just imagine being in that household, And there's like not just one stinky person beside you, the teenager. You're in a room full of them, and they're all family members. And because they're DNA, they have the same kind of smell, Your son had a hormone problem? I had a hormone problem too. What did I use? I had something that I had to take. It was some kind of pill, chloroform. That's what it was. I had to take chloroform tablets because I had a wicked body odor, no matter how much I washed. I remember that as a kid. I ate them every day. I remember that. It was chloroform. I don't know. It was something. That's it? Yes? Okay. There. See, I had that problem too. But I still washed. Do I think Kathleen Wynne is the worst? No, was. Well, actually, Kathleen Wynne and chloroform knocks you out. Chlorophyll. No. Which is the one that, it's produced by plants. Oh, I forget what it is. Anyways, Kathleen Wynne and Dalton McGuinty tied. Oh, Bob Ray. Forgot about Bob Ray. When Bob Ray, he was at the helm there, and then he ran out of good debt too. Oh. Chlorophyll. That's what it is. I know. I know. Susan spelled it right. Vista didn't. Oh, actually, Inga spelled it right. I forgot the second L. Yeah, we've had bad premiers before up here. I can name some of them. They always left with lots of debt. And you know what the sad part is, folks? You know what the sad part is? Is that this happens all the time, eh? You get like a really hard left government in, they spend all this money and rack up an unbelievable amount of debt. And then, everybody freaks out, look at the debt, and then we elect, a conservative government to straighten everything out. Then the conservative government comes in, cleans out everything, gets everything, books back in order, gets things on the path of recovery. And then everybody's saying, oh, we got money again, let's elect the left. It's wash and repeat. It's just rinse, wash, rinse, wash. It's the same. It's been happening forever. Every time things get in order, lists, it's like that drunken cousin you've got, that he's unemployed and things are tight, doesn't do much. Then he gets a really good paying job, and then he gets his first couple big paychecks, gets caught up a little bit on his bills, and then next thing you know, he's on a binge drinking again, and it's like, oh man, you're back. You were doing good there, you made some good money, you got caught up in your bills, and then now you're back to spending like a drunk sailor. It's human nature, It is. It is really. We all do it. Things that get good, you slack off, spend a little bit more. But unfortunately, on the government, it's worse on that level. But I'm dyslexic too. I got news for you, Inga. You're over here in this part of the world, no matter what party's in power, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. And it's been going on for decades. Actually, if you go back, and I've been studying this stuff, I've been reading books about this since the middle of the 80s, okay? We have been in a death spiral, and I'm talking about the middle class getting decimated. It started with NAFTA, actually, with Brian Maroney up here. They started that, the hollowing out of the middle class, and the rich got richer. And if you look at all the graphs, it's just been steady. Average Joe down, rich up. And it doesn't matter who's in power. You go from the 80s till now. So we're talking like almost 40 years, actually, 37 years. And it's like, it's the same thing. The rich are just getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. And if you look, we've had like conservative, liberal, conservative, liberal. It doesn't matter who's in power. The graph continues on this path like this. So anyway, you know what I mean. One's up, one's down. I'm on the down one because I'm not of the elite. But nothing changes. Because, and I'm going to go down the rabbit hole here, folks. The bankers run everything, okay? The money changers. The people who issue the currency control the world. So, doesn't matter who we are. If electing people would change things, they wouldn't allow us to vote. So, you need to remember that. The bankers run it all. All of it. All of it. Vista, the Illuminati are the bankers. It's all the same group. It's just different names. The bankers own the banks. Like, if you think, it's really wild, actually. The currency, like, the currency is not even government. It's private banks. Like, that's the sad part. We're working, like, we work so hard every week, to get our check, and we cash it, and we get this paper money that is issued by private banks. It's not even government, It's really sad, and nobody knows this. Nobody knows this. Well, very few people know this. And it's not even money. It's debt instruments. It's just debts. Peter, your bank is controlled by the international banker. In Canada, okay, I'll give you an example. Okay, Canadian Bank of Canada is actually owned by the government. Okay. It's actually owned by the government. It's not a private bank like the Federal Reserve is, okay? But it's ran by Goldman Sachs, okay? It doesn't matter who owns it, it's who's running it, you know? So you just got to look at the directors, who the bank chairman is. Look at his background. Do you ever notice that you go look at their resumes of these bank chairmen? Like right now, the Bank of Canada. He was Goldman Sachs boy, you know, like that's the problem. It's like, where did they come from? You know, what's their background? You know, it's all Goldman Sachs. It's like, the Rothschilds, International Bank of Settlements. There you go, at the top of the pyramid. Like, we lost our bank in '73 here in Canada. Pierre Elliott Trudeau sold us out. You know, up to that point, just here's a little bit of history I'm going to give you people on the Canadian banking system. Up to this, think about this, okay? This is how screwed the system is. Previous to 1973, the Bank of Canada used to lend money to the provincial, federal, and municipalities for infrastructure projects. So like building roads, hospitals, schools, infrastructure at 0% interest, okay? And then the municipalities, the government, would pay it back at 0% interest, all right? Well, 1973, the Pierre Elliott Trudeau handed the banks over, the Bank of Canada, over to the bankers to run, because the finance minister doesn't run it. The finance minister of Canada doesn't run the Bank of Canada. And we all of a sudden now have to pay debt. And so what the Bank of Canada does, the Bank of Canada lends the banks money, and then the government borrows the money from the banks and pays interest. How does that make sense? Where before '73, we used to borrow it directly from the Bank of Canada at 0% interest. Figure that one out. And there was no inflation previous to that, like next to no inflation. Prices were stable. So figure that one out. And Inga, if you think your bank's controlled by the government, I'm sorry. I'll give you examples of banks that are controlled by governments. Iran, Libya was, Iraq was, North Korea, Syria. These were all governments that ran their banks. And look what's happening to them. Worst thing a government can do is run their banks, because then they become a terrorist state and they need to be regime change. Your government doesn't control your bank. If you have inflation in your country, your government doesn't control your bank. You heard the police in Mexico have submachine guns? They got more than that. Norm, no, we're down the rabbit hole today, Norm. Come back tomorrow and we'll go back to the ducks, okay? I got ducks in the background, but we're down the rabbit hole here this morning. I'm on a tangent. We sort of got taken over. We had a big week here, Norm. Ontario changed our party big time. We have a new leader in the province that allegedly is only going to steal a little bit from us, and he's going to clean up a big mess. I have other streams with ducks, Norm. Right now there's a stream going of some freaked out ducks that don't like the Magoon Queen. No. I'm on a roll, Miles. Well, this is just what's happening here. We had a big week. This is a big week, folks. We just went through 15 years of liberal rule, and they got decimated this week. It's so sweet. It's like, I have been combing the internet to see what the news would be, and I'm actually not let down as I expected it, but the story got buried that the Liberal Party got destroyed this week. Like, destroyed. Oh. They're having a problem drinking at the water station. I know. I think they're going through Kathleen withdrawal. I know. Back to NDP though. That's bad. Oh, the NDP. Don't even get me on that one. Oh, I just lost the chat here. Right in the middle of I was reading a big long comment and then my window closed here. Not good to stress the ducks out. Fear is a big for them. They're obviously terrified of the thing. Careful you don't get flagged for cruelty. If the wildfowl, okay, it's fine. Jeff, my God, Jeff, cool it. Take a volume. I'm going to get flagged for duck cruelty because I got a tugboat sitting beside the water station. Uh, a duck flying in my house across. In fact, that's not possible, Mr. Lego. YouTube's listening. They're gonna. Well, this video will probably get flagged. Probably. Well, because this has been a rabbit hole video. Jeff's really paranoid about getting flagged about the duck cruelty, though. Jeff, I putting a Magoon in Magoon Queen in the water is not going to get us flagged, Jeff. Stripper actually had no problem with the Magoon Queen yesterday. And Magoo, well, he obviously has no problem with it at all. Magoo has no clue. Absolutely no clue. It's funny. Every time I throw that duck in the water, folks, it's like he hits the water. Now, there's animal cruelty. You want to see animal cruelty, Jeff, is when I throw Magoo into the water and he drowns. It's like you swear he's going to drown. Like, unbelievable. The duck just panics when he hits the water. Stripper doesn't care, you know. Want to go down another rabbit hole, Thomas? I'm game for rabbit holes. Okay, the U.S. North Korea summit. What took so long? What took so long? You know, like what took so long? Why did it take so long for this to happen? That war, you know, North Korea, South Korea, that's been going on for what, 50 years? That war has been going on, you know? It should have, that's something that should have happened, like, that things should have been fixed there a long time ago. Well, if it wasn't for Dennis Rodman going over there, we wouldn't be there, right? It's all Dennis. He did her. Well, the explosion in the North Korea nuclear facility was them testing a bomb, Vista. It was a little too big and it took the whole facility down. I saw a perfect meme yesterday that was so awesome. That was all the world leaders standing at the table, leaning over Trump, putting the pressure on him, and he was sitting there on his chair with his arms crossed, looking at them like saying, "So what?" It was so awesome. I loved it. I looked at it. I said, "That's me. That's me sitting in the chair, and everybody leaning over the table, putting pressure on me, and I'd be just sitting there going like, whatever, you know, like." He has nukes, Vista. Don't you think he doesn't have nukes? Russia admitted that they had nukes 10 years ago in North Korea. He'd just been doing testing lately. They've had nukes for a long time. Long time. Don't believe the news, Vista. You saw that golden retriever? It was unbelievable. Trump sitting there with his arms crossed and everybody's leaning over the table and Merkel sitting there. Whoa, you know, it was so funny. They already made them, Vista. They already have the nukes. And the facility wasn't for making nukes, it was for testing them. You know? Like, that's why they want to disarm them, is because they have nukes. It was a testing facility for where they blow them up underground because they can't blow. It's against the law, international law, to detonate nukes above ground. You want to start a war? Start doing tests above ground. Well, the states get away with it, but Mallard the duck, yeah, I know, Brian. All wars are banker wars. But, you know, they'll just keep us fighting between each other. Left, right, communism, socialism, blue, red, liberal, conservative. Keep us all arguing with each other and, you know, they can keep taking advantage of us. You know. It's like Gaddafi. Worst thing Gaddafi ever did was get rid of his nukes. Now look at Libya, the world's largest open air slavery market in 2018. Put that in your head and toss it around for a while. The world's largest open slavery market, and it's 2018, is in Libya. You know? And they had the highest standard of living in Africa. So they've gone from the highest standard of living to an open slavery market ran by, I forget how many warlords. I think it's like over 100 different warlords. You know? It's nothing but bad has happened with this imperial quest around the world. We almost need like a real Death Star to appear on the outer atmosphere and start taking care of things. Well, oh, what's going on in Libya right now? I read a lot of articles in Libya right now. Man, it's bad. I think it's 137 warlords run the country. 137 warlords, folks. I think it's 137 or 127. It's crazy, the warlords that are running the country now. All the people that Gaddafi was trying to get rid of are killing each other, and the slavery market's unbelievable. Open air slavery markets. Open air, folks. They're not even hiding them. They're out in the open where they're auctioning people off. They go around Africa stealing people, and then they auction them off. Like, think about this. This is 2018, and we have open air slavery markets. They're not even underground. They're not in warehouses. They're actually out in the open. I mean, nobody cares. Like, nobody cares. You know? That's the part that I don't understand. Like, really, how many people here right now care that Libya is an open air slavery market? You know? It bothers me. The UN isn't intervening, Susan, because it doesn't fit their narrative. They wanted to destabilize the area. No. And Canada played a part in it. We had 6 jets there bombing Libya. Like, we're guilty of it up here. Our government helped destroy Libya. It's bad. That's one country I wish that Putin would have put his foot down like he did in Syria and said, nope, can't do this. And China too. I wish Russia and China would have put their foot down and said, no, we can't allow this to happen. Oh. Because now Libya, like I've watched a lot of videos on Libya before and after. And believe me, you know, when I look at the before videos, it's the kind of place I like to go and visit to see because it was so pretty. Like really pretty stuff, folks, you know? And now look at it, it's just a mess, you know? Like, destroyed. A new world order? Am I suggesting that? Because I don't want countries to get destroyed and open air slavery markets? I don't know. I'm not advocating for that. No. Well, Jennifer, we've been going down the rabbit hole here for 83 minutes. Marvin went to the sea last week. I'd like to go to the sea, but I'm stuck here right now with a gimp foot. I got to get my breakfast happening. And I gotta figure out how I'm going to do this today, folks. I have to go outside, and I have to work with a gimp foot. Gaddafi was bad. Tom. Okay, think about this, folks. You know, you got 137 warlords, 127 warlords ruling a country. These people are really bad. Like we're talking about, you know, burning people at the stake, beheadings, stonings, all that kind of fun stuff. And Iraq was the same thing. Saddam Hussein. How do you deal with these crazy, crazy, crazy violent people? You got to be bad. You can't be nice to them. You can't be like, oh well, we'll put you in therapy and choir groups and all the liberal we can change these people. You can't. They're crazy. So the only way you can deal with crazy is be crazy. So it takes a crazy man to keep everything in check. So look what happened now. You got rid of the crazy man, and the country turns into an open air slavery market. Think about that. Sometimes, you got to fight evil with evil. That's the bottom line. You can't fight it with good and counseling and pictograms and kumbaya around the fire and we can change this person, and then meanwhile in the back of their head, you're an infidel, we're going to kill you all after the fire goes out. Don't be sleeping with both eyes closed tonight, Sometimes you got to be bad to deal with the bad. That's the way it works, unfortunately. So unfortunately, the world's a bad place. Not a really good place. A lot of evil people run the show. So, and until we get to the Star Trek generation level of advancement, we're not going to be at peace. So, you can't put North American democracy in the Middle East. It doesn't work. They have a different way of looking at things. So, they don't believe in secular governments, put it that way. And that's what we're supposed to be up here. So, sometimes we slip, like what's happening right now. You think the government's going to share the Star Trek technology that they stole from the movies? I think the government's going to leave. One day they're going to be some amateur astronomers are going to go, what are all these things leaving the atmosphere? And it's all the government leaving, and they're like, the world's doomed. They're leaving. They think, but we're actually saved because they're leaving. So, anyways, I'm going to say goodbye because we've gone way down a deep rabbit hole here today. And I gotta get my breakfast happening, and I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do as far as my day with this hurting foot. I really want to get some work done, but I think I'll probably irritate it, which means I'll probably go have to do some work and irritate my foot. And we'll let the poor little ducks out, move the Magoon Queen to the Magoon, and torment the ducks over there. I just don't believe what they did yesterday, how they stayed on the other side all day. I kept looking out, and they were on the other side of the Magoon. I was like, and then I had this thought. Here's a thought for you I'll say goodbye on. Is I was thinking, what if a fox darted out of the bush and grabbed a duck while they were all freaked out on the other side of the Magoon? And I thought, oh, great. Live on YouTube, fox takes out duck because of the Magoon Queen. Wouldn't that be bad? And I had that thought yesterday because I thought, a fox could just dart out, So, okay, so there were other people thinking that too, I don't know. Who's ungrateful, Jeff? I'm ungrateful? How do you figure I'm ungrateful? If I put the Magoon Queen on the other side of the Magoon, then they'll leave. They'll just leave the Magoon and go over to the pen, and nobody will see any ducks today. The ducks are ungrateful. You got to do complete sentences, Jeff. You can't do this fragmented. We know the rule here is complete sentences. Stephanie made that quite clear earlier in the chat. Complete sentences eliminate confusion and misunderstandings. I'm going to say goodbye. So I got to get some food into me, and I got to decide what I'm going to do with my hurting foot.
I know you can't see much of them either on the other side too. And I know. It's just bad. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I gotta. Maybe, maybe. I thought about leaving the Magoon just floating in the water, right? I thought about that too, but then I thought, what if they knock it over and it sinks? In a panic or something. Get a cast? I got a cast, but it can't wear the cast and weed whack at the same time as my toes stick out of the cast. It's not safe to weed whack with your toes sticking out. It's a good idea to wear boots with their toes protected because the weed whacker, your toes, that would hurt. Yeah, I'm gonna think I'll leave it on the shore. Just so they don't. I'll do the same position again. I don't think they'll attack it, Virginia. They're terrified of it. They're so terrified. It's unbelievable. Tonight, though, they're going to be in for a real shock because tonight they're not going to have the bathtub water and they're going to have to go to the water fountain and the Magoon Queen is going to be sitting there. So I'm going to say goodbye and good morning, Susie, and goodbye, Susie, because I got to go and eat. Have a good day, everybody, and you'll see me later.